Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Al Stock Trades. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Alex, 2 streams in a day. I caught both of them. Four-leaf clover. What's the intrinsic value? What's going on? Hello, JP. Hello, Alex. Hello, Rafiki. What's going on? Scruff McGruff. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be a deep analysis. We got about 12 pages of information to go through regarding Medicare Advantage. Right. So this should basically get us up to speed on what to expect with MA plans. So it should get us, up to speed. And then interestingly here, this is, you can play with this, but it's pretty much a graph part of, you can, for all the people in the mastering, you can go ahead and use this graph to help you kind of figure out what's the overall market penetration of Medicare Advantage. We're going to be talking about this. But first, I just want to talk about the stock price for a sec. All right. So, after hours, we went ahead and got in some good buys. We're at $4.10. So this is pretty good. I mean, we're basically getting on with it. I mean, if you go ahead and look at the overall daily chart from the technical analysis standpoint, we're pretty much respecting the overall 50-day moving average. And it looks like we're about to curl up right now. If you go ahead and take a look at the hour, it seems as we just crossed that 50 MA, and now we're going to probably be bouncing off of it like we did here, right? You can go here. Let's kind of strengthen this here, this payload here. We can see. So we're kind of basically reflecting and respecting kind of the 50 and the 200 here, and you can see the technical analysis here. And you can kind of, if you don't recall, I drew some past lines here saying when are we going to break out? And that line edger right here, you see that blue line edger on the technical side? You see that huge breakout right there, right? So it's pretty interesting how you can use technical analysis to your advantage. On the 30-minute chart, we just basically went over that 50 MA, and we went ahead and did that 200, and then obviously the minutes kind of silly. But if you go ahead and take a look at the quarterly, like I said, we're pretty much in that phase where we're starting up that U-turn, right? So it's looking pretty good. Does it on the monthly? Is it monthly? I'm not too sure on the monthly here. Not too sure, but on the Q though, it's looking pretty sexy. All right, so yeah, so we're looking pretty good. We're at $2 billion market cap right now, probably a little over. So now let's go ahead and talk about the overall, just the market for the penetration for Clover. So if you look at New Jersey, New Jersey, Clover has a strong dominance in that market. There's they have a 10% market control over New Jersey. But if you look at the overall penetration of Medicare Advantage within New Jersey, it's only 45%. Now, within our research, what we've seen is that in the next 10 years, the Medicare Advantage is going to grow. I mean, we have the data we could show you. Medicare Advantage is going to grow to 64%. It's projected to go to 64% by 2023. So I mean, if we go ahead and kind of do some nifty, fancy math, not so fancy, but kind of fancy, we can say 64% subtracted from 45%. So 64 minus 45. That's a 19% growth in the overall Medicare Advantage population in the New Jersey market, right? So we got 19% growth. And then if we were to go ahead and take 2023 subtracted from, 2033 subtracted from 2024, that's around 9 years. Multiply it by 365 days. That's about 3,285 days. Multiply that, let's say, on average by 10,000 Americans. It's a little bit more, but 10,000 Americans. So that's about, 32 more million people about to get added in the next, 2023, right? Let me see here. In the overall United States, and then if you were to calculate, we have to first look at the growth rate for for New Jersey. So what is the percent population of the senior population in New Jersey? I mean, if we could just kind of take on average, let's divide that, let's say by 50 states, there's going to be about 650 more thousand people. It's like a rough estimate. And if Clover controls approximately 10% of market share, then Clover could see another 65,000 people from New Jersey. Now that's like a really bullshit rough calculation. Not, I would say not so, like, I would say like there's probably going to be more individuals in New Jersey. New Jersey population, because I think there's a lot of people in New Jersey. About 9 million people. I mean, New Jersey is pretty freaking populated. So you would have to. I mean, the growth rate of New Jersey is probably more than that. I'm just calculating kind of Arizona like numbers, which is around or like, let's say Pima County, Tucson's like 500,000. So I think we're probably going to see more growth than that. But already, just from the New Jersey side, we're pretty much going to double the amount of Medicare MA members through that. And that's just using 10% market share growth. We know that Clover is going to be 4 stars, and Humana in New Jersey is like 3 stars, or apparently, like, it's like low, or like 3.5 or 3, I forget. And since Clover is a better insurance program, they're probably going to get more than 10% market share. I think they're gunning for more than 25%. I think they're going to control New Jersey. Now they're also in South Carolina. Here's North Carolina. It has a 58 penetration. But if you look at South Carolina, it has a 47% penetration, right in line with kind of New Jersey's 45%. So you can see how helpful this is. And if you go to 2014, you can see that New Jersey used to only be 17%. And South Carolina used to be 23%. So the goal now is, what are other ways Clover is looking at? Like, for example, Iowa has a 13% Medicare Advantage penetration in 2014. But if you go to 2024, Iowa has a 42. Wait, no, where the hell is Iowa? Iowa only has a 36% penetration. So it has literally double to do, right? And then why am I talking about Iowa? Well, we just basically signed a contract deal for the Iowa clinic regarding the counterpart assistant. So you would think Clover is going to grow there too. And the cool part is now we can service all these people, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is it's looking pretty good. Now, if you go look at Minnesota, Medicare Advantage penetration is around 57%. Arizona is 54%. Now, it's funny because, it's really funny because, a lot of, like, Mayo Clinic doesn't like Medicare Advantage, and a lot of doctors don't like Medicare Advantage. But the sad part is the doctors, they don't really know the data. They really don't know kind of the trend line here because, sadly, it saves some money for the patient, but it really adds a lot of work on the doctor. It sucks. It is what it is. But you, as the viewers of Our Stock Trades, are the beneficiaries of this data and learning from it, trying to basically get ahead of it, right? So we're going to go ahead and do some research here with us, and we're going to just talk about this. Just kind of a quick thing. If you guys want access to this document, it's going to be part of the lifetime access. It's going to be part of our lifetime. You'll be able to find the document there for folks that want to dig in a little bit more deeper. Let's see. Several dozens come, and we're going to have other documents on there too, right? So several dozen companies have dropped their MA plans. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, Andrew Toy talked about this. So we knew this was going to happen, right? It's just basically now we're seeing it, right? I took a break from the course to tune in live on Monday night. Let's do it. Does that daily chart? I mean, Clover's pretty much profitable, and yeah, absolutely. Alex, my thought as well. I'm just curious anyone's other perspective. Iowa Clinic is using CA. Clover isn't available there. Well, that's what I'm saying. So they're going to basically get data there, and who knows? They might actually jump in. I think the next market they're going to jump into is probably Iowa. It's going to be Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, maybe Montana. These are areas where not a lot of people are in, right? Or they're going to say, you know what, we're going to go to, Florida, California, Texas, where there's a 60% probability of Medicare Advantage. But the growth is going to be in these areas here. But they could steal members from California, Texas, and Florida. They might jump into those since they're going to basically use the New Jersey as a base model to offset the loss of the cash burn for adding new members. So there's a lot of ways they can there's a lot of ways they can do this, right? It just depends which way they choose, right? So and they have the SaaS now to offset the losses too. And while they're basically using the SaaS data, they're going to slowly collect data from Iowa and build out their AI models for. I mean, it's just so beautiful. They're going to go to Iowa. They're going to give out so billionaire chimp. They're going to go to Iowa. They're going to go in and they're going to give their counterpart. And as they get the counterpart, they're going to take that data and then they're going to end up learning from it. And then they're going to come in as an insurance company and then they're going to take off all the insurance providers because they already know what the people of Iowa suffer from. So their AI models are going to be ready to take. I mean, this is just beautiful. I mean, this is this is just money in the bank. I mean, this is just pretty much checkmate. Okay. Let me just drink a little sip of my coffee here. All right. I use coffee as a pre-workout. I'm about to go to the gym right now. All right. So it's looking pretty good, guys. Right. And if you look at just 10 years ago, how there was a lot of these areas here, the penetration for Medicare Advantage wasn't much, but all of a sudden now you look at it and all these are green. Well, these gray ones could be the new areas. You know what I mean? So, so overall, Medicare Advantage has grown to let me just go here, 54%, and Medicare spending is around $462 billion. Okay. Now, if Clover can replicate this, and Medicare is going to go end up being $1 trillion, right? But as of right now, if Clover can get to a 10% market share in spending, that's a $46 billion just based on today's numbers. You multiply that by 2, that's a $92 stock price. Let's take a 50% discount rate. We go back to $46 stock price, let's say. I mean, we're gonna do so well, right? Everything gets executed effectively. Now, the issue here is Medicare Advantage costs a lot of money than traditional Medicare, and it's increasing the federal spending, which is why CMS is cracking down, right? So states 60% or more enrollment in 7 states. In Puerto Rico, there's a lot of variations, right? The concentration of enrollees from United Healthcare and Humana account for 47%, but that's going to diversify. That's really going to diversify, guys, okay? And employers are starting to use Medicare Advantage because it just makes it cheaper for them to just say, you know what, we're just going to pick Medicare Advantage because it's a lot easier rather than basically having supplement and gap policies and all this other stuff that they have, right? So you could see the overall Medicare Advantage trend is increasing. And it's unfortunate because doctors, they don't know these numbers. They're like complaining about Medicare Advantage thinking it's going to go away. It's not going away. It is not, right? And it's unfortunate, right? But again, they don't like it because it's a lot of work, sadly, right? So let's talk about the future of Medicare Advantage. So there's emphasis on star ratings. Achieving a 4+ star rating is very difficult, especially when you look at health equity and clinical quality measurements, right? And a lot of these incumbents are starting to lack this because that's what they're starting to look at now. In fact, they're suing CMS, be like, hey, why are you looking at quality? So there's going to be a lot of digital tools available, and Clover is ahead of that, utilizing all that to basically close these healthcare gaps. There's going to be outreach services, value-based care initiatives. There's already the Health Equity Index, which Clover is ranking pretty damn good on. There's going to be operational efficiencies. They're going to invest in automation, AI chatbots. I'm on an advisory board to create a automated pre-authorization model to help both the insurer and the hospital automate this. This by itself is a multi-billion-dollar business, right? Because this will reduce administration costs, right? So we have some stuff like this, right? It's pretty impressive, right? So, what else? We could talk about this. We'll, for folks. Oh, yes, this is a good one. So This is interesting, right? This is the rate of decline of 2024 is the first rate decline since 2015. So Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services rate changes over time. And what ended up happening is this rate change went down, really down back to 2017 levels, right? Right. Not even 2017. It went back to around 2015 levels, right? So 2015, 2016. So if you go ahead and take a look at Humana stock back in 2015, 2016, 2015, 2016, Humana was around $200, right? So the argument here now is, could Humana go down back to these levels, right? And that's kind of how the market's looking at these types of things, right? So you could start to see that it's kind of reflected out of the stock price while Clover's going up because they're actually able to make money off of this decrease. Okay. So why are more Americans choosing Medicare Advantage, right? And a lot of doctors need to learn about this, right? Because they just, it's always from the perspective of a doctor. I work so hard. I work too hard, right? But the reason why, it's these folks that are choosing Medicare Advantage, it's cheaper for them. They can't afford the monthly payments, right? I love you too, Zach. Love you too. Let me see here. Good, good, good. So there's huge cost savings, right? Rather than the traditional Medicare fee for service, right? It's simplified, it's coordinated. There's additional benefits, including vision, hearing, dental, gym memberships, and care coordination, rather which traditional Medicare doesn't offer, which is what Andrew, Toy, and Vivek were saying. We use the Clover Assistant, we save money. That money we save gets reinvested back into more benefits, and it's just a cycle. And then they continue keep growing, right? But potentially it could be horrible. But Alignment Healthcare is there, I believe, or Oscar. One of them is there, and they're doing really well. Florida could be the jackpot. I'm not too sure. Everyone's going to Florida, and Andrew Toy saying we don't want to follow everyone. I don't know, right? I'm not too sure where they're going to go, but based off of the Clover Assistant now or the Counterpart Assistant, they're going to be able to go there, take the data, and then be able to already know what they're getting into because they're going to have that patient data, which is going to be incredible. Like, this is just, data is gold, right? There's enhanced patient experience. There's a lot of great things. And here's the big part about Medicare Advantage. Is it actually so a lot of people are choosing Medicare Advantage over the fee for service. It's down, a lot. But if you look at it, there's a oh, here it is. Hospital readmission rates are 13% to 20% lower in Medicare Advantage than in Medicare fee for service. So the readmission rates are a lot better for MA plans. So ultimately, the patients are a lot healthier, right? So that's actually pretty interesting, right? Now, disparities in the measure of race and ethnicity in the Medicare Advantage. So it's no, news. A lot of the Medicare Advantage primary choice is, you see a lot of Black, Hispanics, Asians, and Pacific Islanders, and American Indians, and Alaska Native populations. And this is what is reported. I'm using, it's reported. They choose Medicare Advantage because of its simplicity, also because it's almost zero monthly premium, right? Black-owned enrollees have higher hospitalization rates, right? Lower rates of disease management and mental health and cardiovascular and diabetes care. And what's interesting is Clover Health is tackling this with their Clover Assistant. Same thing with the Hispanic population, right? Mixed results for cardiovascular and diabetes, but overall, a lot of these healthcare disparities are experienced in that of people of color and people that are not white, right? And we've known this for many years in regards to the social determinants of health, right? So Clover's tackling this, right? And while other insurance providers are not, in fact, they're pulling out of this now because now these are people are high utilizers, right? Because they haven't done a good job taking care of them and just practicing sick care. And now, sadly, these people are going to be left behind. But thankfully, there's a platform like Clover that can pick them up. Okay. The biggest issue for Medicare Advantage is the authorization, like the pre-auths, right? Those are tough. So why Medicare Advantage enrollment is growing and why it matters? It's enhanced benefits, dental, vision, right? There's rebates. Zero monthly premium is an appeal because if I don't have to pay a monthly premium, then that's great. And doctors sometimes don't understand that, right? There's a lot of Americans don't make doctor salaries, right? So they can't afford traditional Medicare. Okay. There's financial protection, unlike traditional Medicare. It's just convenient. You consolidate everything under one place, right? So, there's a lot of it's just a better product in terms of for the patient side. And this is very clear with the overall enrollment. So, I mean, just from 2010 to 2030, we're expecting, I mean, already right now we're at, 51 to 54%, 54% specifically. We're about to go to 60%. And in some guys, in some states, we're like literally like what, 45% in New Jersey, and we're about to get to that 60% in New Jersey, and Clover's about to get that, right? And then this is the overall how many people are enrolled per year. So I mean, it's really great. Okay. Now this is where it gets kind of funny. And again, this is where you do your technical analysis, you do your fundamental analysis, and what I like to say is you do your Dan Ives analysis. So Dan Ives was the first person who actually figured out that Apple is a service company, right? And that's where they're going to make their money. If you haven't realized, you pay your monthly subscriptions or whatever for Apple Care. It's a service company. That's where they make their money. And he would not have figured that out if he wasn't there on the floor. So what I've been doing is I've been doing an analysis on the ads that have been sent down overall to people that, because again, we're all in the working class, the people that are watching this video, right? We're all working right now. So we're not watching TV, but if you go to senior homes, and if you go to just and during the day, just pick up free TV and whatever TV, and you'll see these ads. There's a lot of Medicare Advantage enrollment ads, and I'm going to show you some. The ads emphasize low cost, extra benefits, Medicare hotline, and it targets the audiences because you can target the time. These people are up early. They watch their jury duty. You know how it is. And interestingly, if you look at the data, that's what we're all about, we can see that a lot of the TV airings are from the insurers. You know what I mean? And whether doctors like it or not, that's just the reality of things. And it's funny because if you look at the overall composition of the ads, more than 85% of Medicare ads are part of the Medicare Advantage plans. That is what is being promoted, not traditional Medicare. So about 85% of the Medicare ads are MA plans. So, I know the projection for Medicare Advantage is 60% plus in 2033, but I can tell you right now, if 85% is what's being promoted, then I expect Medicare Advantage plans to be 85% in the future. And what is Clover doing, right? Follow the money. Follow the advertisement money, okay? You don't think advertisements work? Then why, presidents and they donate millions of dollars for elections, right? So, and if you look at the overall United Healthcare and Humana, it accounts for nearly 50% of Medicare enrollment, but less than 20% of the ads airing promoting Medicare Advantage. So you can see the overall dominating here, and you can see Humana is getting destroyed right now, right? And this is kind of an example of the ads, right? Want to pay less out of pocket? Look at Medicare health insurance, right? Attention, all Medicare recipients, call now. Free Medicare concierge review. Okay, this is all part of the Medicare Advantage, right? These are what people are seeing now. You see, this is where we get into fundamental analysis, and we also go ahead and we get into really ground analysis, right? And that's the beautiful part, because we're including some of this due diligence and research within the lifetime access, because it's important to say, okay, we found a stock, we found a story, we validated with the numbers, and we did a holistic analysis. And it's great to see this, because then you'll start to get a niche for it on how to find 10 baggers. And then here's more, call now to find a Medicare Advantage plan. I mean, here it is. Here it is, Medicare Advantage. Call now to find a Medicare Advantage plan. Call now, right? And this, right here, want to know if you'll pay less out of pocket with Medicare Advantage plans? Call now, right? So you can see what's going on here. And again, it's hard for you guys to see it because you're part of the working class, right? But people like Dan Ives, I mean, I learned from the best financial analysts out there, and I've learned kind of how to search for this, right? There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of boots on the ground right now. We're getting little trickles of it from the last video we shown 2 videos ago regarding people doing the Clover event, right? And if you look at the overall Medicare Advantage airings, a lot of it is about supplemental benefits. That's how you get them, and costs and access to providers is not really it. But guess what? Clover can do this because they're PPO. So they're killing it there. And guess what? Clover has access to the Clover Assistant, which then they're actually giving better quality healthcare. So they're killing it in these metrics. Okay. And overall, if you look at the ads analysis and just kind of see, they talk about dental, vision, prescription drugs, hearing, over the counter, fitness, other fruit and groceries, transportations, meals, caregiver support, insulin, bathroom safety devices. And the beautiful part is, as the Clover Assistant saves money with the over 1,000% reduction in the medical cost ratio and industry leading medical cost in the sub 80 region, 79% to 81% region, they're able to take that cost savings and reinvest it back into benefits, and then be able to advertise these benefits and be able to basically stand out amongst the rest as others pull out. So that's pretty much it for the due diligence. I kind of rushed through it, but I hope I kind of brought you up to speed, because these are things I don't really talk about, but I have in the back of my mind, right? But it's just kind of basically good to bring you all up to speed. I would have to look into it anywhere between, I think it's like October to December. I'm not too sure, right? And you could talk to you could talk to the, again, not financial advice nor Medicare advice, but you could talk to our stock terminal GPT. So you could go ahead and hit the stock terminal here, and you can say hey GPT, let's talk, right? So let's go, hey stock, what is the annual enrollment for Medicare Advantage? Please give me the months. And it goes ahead and it says October 15 to December 7th, right? October to December, right? So there it is. Boom. Okay. Oh yeah. Hit the like button, right? IVC. Oh my God, right? The biggest problem with healthcare system is government regulation. And beautiful. But here's the thing though, Medicare Advantage has been around since 1999. So it's very hard to regulate something so entwined, right? You see one little decrease in reimbursement here is destroying a lot of that. But guess what? Clover has anticipated this. They know where the industry is going. But they didn't, and that's why they're paying the price. Nobody knows what the earnings is going to be. Nobody knows. Only God knows. Audrey says due diligence is very much appreciated. Future Nobel Prize, Dr. Al Stock. That's so funny, right? Nobel stocks. Okay. So then now, let's, and this, and I mean, just, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, right? So, let's just go ahead and take a look at the, Al stock trades here. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Oh Lord, where are we here? We'll go. Yeah. Just imagine. Just imagine Clover starts to grow at, I don't know if they're going to grow 45%, but let's say we take the halfway point between 45% and 25%. So that's about 35%. So we'll use 35. We'll go to 10 and we'll just say 138 and we'll go to 496. I mean, why do you think they're doing a $20 million repurchase program? And this is what it is, right? And it's going to just continue going up and up and up, right? What is that? $37, right? We got a recession of 8, a bear of 18, a base of 25, and a bull of 37. And if they grow as Oscar grows, then now we're going to go to 73, right? So there's just a lot to look forward to, guys. Lots to look forward to. And, hope this analysis really helps. Again, it's just take it as a grain of salt. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an insurance broker, right? So take it as a grain of salt, right? But overall, this is just my opinion, right? I like the stock, right? So for folks that are interested in joining our lifetime, here it is, Main Street, coupon code. You can use it in the coupon section. Thank you for all the folks that have joined. Just remember, Interestingly, today, one of you didn't put the Main Street, so I had to go ahead and issue a preliminary refund. If you can, just put it in. And then if you can, integrate yourself, because none of you guys that bought today integrated. So take advantage. This will be expiring by the end of October. So we got, what's today? I can't believe it's already the 28th. Holy moly. This will be expiring in the next 4 days. So, right? 3 days and a half, 4 days. So take advantage. Okay. All right. So that's all I have. So I hope this video was of value. Smash the like button if it is, and I'll see you on the next one.